Good morning, quick video. As I said yesterday, just to quickly take you through how I created them little videos of for tactics using PowerPoint. It can be quite easy, but it can also be quite difficult at times. But please persevere, give it a go. Don't give up at the first hurdle. Okay, it does take a bit of practice to get the movement of the animation correctly in the right times, right places. But I'm going to show you very quickly on how I created this. So first and foremost then, it's just understanding PowerPoint. Hopefully many of you would have used it throughout your school or careers, so you should understand the very basics. So straight into it. First, as you can see from the window, I've got PowerPoint open with what I use as a template. The rugby pitch I just literally screenshotted from one of the media apps. And then inserted it onto a PowerPoint page and then created that as the template slide. From there, to create all the other animations and so forth, I've just built it in using the various tools within PowerPoint. The first one I'm going to show you then is how to create the rugby player. So we've got our team, and I've given you an example of player number one. How did I create this for the opposition? So first and foremost, insert, shapes, all done through shapes at this point. So go with the head, nice round head, okay, and straight away then right click, format shape, and then it will give you the tools then to add in the colour and the detail of whatever you wish to add. So there's a nice head. Going into the body, back across to insert, you will notice that I've left the format page open, so it allows me to just crack on with it. Nice rounded body, okay, giving it some space so we can put the arms in, and I'll tailor that in a moment to how it fits. Because I'm not using multiple colors, I'm just going to go from a straightforward box. Okay, format, color, so it's a nice dark bold blue, and then insert the arms. Okay, shapes, curve, nice big curve. Voila, and then just move it in place. And as you can see, to get the central, it will give you a red dotted line, and that will tell you then that your stuff is aligned centrally as an object. Okay, now we're going to insert the number. So this time we insert using the text box. Nice big initial text box. And my advice is for you here, rather than just putting in a number straight away, go to home. Okay, we give you the basic tools to message, to type out in what font, size, bold, and all that business. It just makes it easier to go down to here. Banging 48. I always like to use arrow, drummed into me from the army. Okay, centralize within the text box, and then just put in whatever number you want. Okay, in this instance, then, as an example, I'm going to go with a 9. I have forgot to change the color. Okay, so highlight the number so that we're clear. Okay, what you can do here then, as you can see, you got there's no box showing, so what we could do is put in a solid line again, nice dark box, okay, as a background so that the number sticks out. And that is it in a very crude nutshell. Okay, what I'm going to do is just very quickly tidy this up slightly, make it a bit better. Just put that down here a bit and insert one more because it looks a bit naff. Okay, shapes. Okay, just so it looks a bit better. And I've changed so it all matches. Boom. And there we are. And there we have our opposition. Okay, his head looks a bit strange. Just make that a bit bigger. Okay, so there we have that. That's the player. Now we get the ball. Again, how I created that, as we can see, insert, shapes. Okay, there should be an emblem, but it doesn't matter. Just use circle, and you just change the shape of it. Okay, it doesn't really matter what the size. is at this moment. Okay, you just want it to look like a rugby ball. Okay, and again, change the colour. Okay, big skin, whatever. Okay, I just use it as white because it stands out better. And we now pretty much have all the tools we need to get the animation to depict what we want. And how do we do that? Okay, so what we first need is the players. So if I come up to screen 1, as we can see, we've got the number 1 player highlighted. All we now need to do is do a screenshot of that single player. Okay, and using my memory, I now need to work out how I do this on Apple. Bear with me, I should have prepped this first.